So what's up, everybody? This is your boy Jonathan back at it again. So I wanted to tell you about Real Social Dynamics and what really happened to Real Social Dynamics. Okay, so I've been reading a lot and researching it. Basically, one thing, they weren't very good to their customers. They were taking a lot of money. Like, their seminars are already super expensive, and then if like, let's say they had a problem with a staff, or like, they would fire a staff member or something like that, and they wouldn't have a way to fill his slot. They refused to give people refunds. So if anything happened where the classes were canceled, they would refuse to give people refunds. That was a big deal. And then also, like, just to reserve a seat, it's like $200, but it's like, it'll say like free tour. So you're like, yeah, okay, free tour. And it'll be like, to reserve a seat, $200. So it ended up the free tours being like $200 anyways. And I haven't heard of anybody getting a refund on that free tour. I think they just, take the money because it's a company. So, it's advertised free tour, but then it's like, to reserve a seat, it's like $200. And then, they had a lot of interns that they weren't paying. Like, the only people who really get paid in that company is Owen Cook and Papa, and that's it. And then, the coaches, like Todd and Julian and all that were getting paid. But everybody else, like, there was a lot of unpaid interns that were spending all their money to be a part of this. Like the camera crew and the editing crews. And they'd be like, oh, yeah, we're paying you with women. So, whatever, you can come and game with us, and maybe once in a while you could take a girl home, whatever. But most people know that most of that stuff is fake anyways. Like, most girls are not going home with you that night. And, RSD has also paid girls to be in their videos so that they can have infields. So telling a guy that, you can work with us, but, your payment is going to be going around and talking to girls when we go places to talk to girls. And then they don't even have a reputation of actually being able to really help somebody get with the girl. It's kind of like, it was not that good. You know what I'm saying? So it was a money issue. And also, some of the coaches were not helping the students that much. Like, I heard that Jeffy would just, on his boot camps, he was notorious for just like filming his videos about teaching and less about coaching his students and helping them out. And Luke was really bad at cold approach. And so he would teach a class and then shoot his men out there. And it's like, people are paying for this and you're not doing anything, right? And, it's like, whatever. So what ended up happening is Todd Valentine explained this a lot. He explained snippets here and there. It was about money. Okay, that's why Todd left. It was about money. He also said, about the customers and how you treat the clients. But it was also about money. And we know that because they're suing each other and going to court for a certain amount of money. And we know that Todd wanted more money and they didn't want to give him more money. It was all about money. They were taking all this money, and only the management and the coaches were getting paid, and they were splitting this money. And nobody else was really getting paid. And so that's why Todd Valentine left. Now, what happened to the other coaches? It was really simple. So everybody knows about Me Too and MGTOW and the incels and YouTube cutting off videos and stuff like that. And so, of course, RSD had to focus on watering down their content and focus on, being a better man and being an alpha male and being in the right mindset and having a good life of abundance and blah, blah, blah. But they stopped actually teaching men how to talk to the girls in the videos. It was just like how to have a mindset of abundance. And if a girl turns you down, you have to have this mindset like you don't care, right? They did that because they have all of these people that are basically telling them like, you can't put this online and you can't put that online because of sexual content. So they changed it. But what happened is Owen Cook, he basically still wanted to focus on the pickup thing, and he wanted to just use the self-development thing as a front. So it's just a front, like we're not really we're gonna go around the corner to talk to girls. We'll talk about talking to girls. We're not gonna go direct about talking to girls. We're going indirect. And happened with the other coaches was the other coaches were like, okay, if we're moving forward more into self-development, life development, why don't we legit like talk about self-development instead of using self-development as an indirect way to talk about hitting on girls, or a front to talk about hitting on girls. That's why Max started his own coaching company with self-development that's not necessarily indirectly about how to talk to girls, but actually how to like make money and do things. And Luke, the same thing. It's not about indirectly how to indirectly tell you how to talk to girls, but it's about like making money and becoming a better person. And like everybody knows that Julian started focusing on more being like almost like a psychologist to help people with past traumas. So that was what happened to RSD. Tyler's still a part of it, and he actually went to a seminar. He was talking at a seminar, and somebody asked him that question, and he said a lot of it had to do with MGTOW and the feminist movement, and you know, the whole incel thing played a part in it too. So there was a lot of stuff going against him, and so it's kind of sad because a lot of men can't get that content anymore. Like before, YouTube used to have free content that really like helped a lot of guys out, but now they have to go on a website and like pay money to actually get lessons now, because it's not on YouTube, it's not free no more. So it's gonna cost a lot more money. And I went on the RSD website, and what I saw was that it was only a couple of coaches, I think Derek, Tyler, and Jeffy. And what also I noticed is that one of the things was, it said on one of the calendars, this is Tyler's last tour. So maybe he's retiring because RSD isn't working no more because of the feminists and MGTOW. And also like another thing is like, it's so much free content out there, you know what I'm saying? So people can learn from a million different places. Like there's still PUAs that still talk about specific stuff online, and so people can get all that information. You know, they don't need to pay $3,000 for a seminar. And there's a lot of other stuff like that, but the main two reasons was the reason why Todd left was because of money, and then all the other people kind of left because once Tyler had switched it to be a front for talking to girls and talking about talking to girls indirectly, a lot of guys, the coaches were like, well, if we're going to talk about self-development, then let's just go full force into self-development. And that's kind of why it split. So that's what happened to RSD. I'm your boy Jonathan. I'm out, y'all. Peace.